Genetic Demon, and this is What's on the Tape, Season 9 of Volume 10. It's the end of the season. We're going to be stopping after this one for a couple of weeks break, and then we'll be back again. So we're finishing on. Last week we had the first tape of this Mega Hits thing, and I'll put on the screen the cover again so you know what it looks like, just because you've forgotten from last week. I'm sure you haven't. But we're on to the second tape of this, and this second tape is this one, which has got on it Citron, Wheelie, Fall Guy, Blade Alley, and Penetrator. So this is actually quite a good one. Penetrator is basically Scrabble. I can't remember Blade Alley. I'm sure it's a shoot 'em up of some sort. Fall Guy is, well, we played that a couple of weeks ago, actually. It's based on the TV series of the same name back in the 80s. Citron is a game from, and I can't remember the name, but they've got a big box version of it. I've got it somewhere, actually, a nice big cardboard box version of it. Same people who did Lords of Chaos, later Lords of Midnight. Was it Lord Midnight? Can't remember anyway. Wheelie is the weirdest. Do you know something? The thing about Wheelie is I always thought that was just, this is almost a perfect Spectrum game in the sense that it was kind of so weird but worked so well, if that makes sense. It's got motorcycles and hedgehogs and platforms. Can't really beat it. And Ghost Riders, of course. So, without further ado, that is going in a tape drive. Okay, so the tape's in the drive, so we'll go our usual, go down basic and do load dit or load speech mark. I'll put that in, and the first one here should be this Citron. I'm gonna get the magnifying glass out in a second once I've actually pressed the button on here. Just a reminder though, this is the last in season 9 of What's on the Tape. I'm gonna take my usual 2-week break, and I'll return with season 10, which is gonna be actually a good percentage of season 10 is gonna be kindly provided by the Retro Cavern, Dennis Evans. He sent me a box the other day. I made a small order with him, just a small one, as you usually do. I like to give Dennis a few orders once a week, and that's not a good start. That's all we want to see. We want to see it loading. So I like to give him a few orders. Once a month. I like to get a few items just to add to my collection because he's got good pricing. He's a nice fella. But anyway, he sent me a box of special tapes, the special stuff. He sent me a whole box of special stuff that. Oh, that's not a good start. Let's pop it in the other tape drive and we'll give it a play from there. He sent me a box of special stuff. So I've got a box of special stuff. So I will be doing those next week. It's going to be interesting because, funnily enough, they actually look like somebody who attempted to use the Spectrum. And I'm sure there was more than just this person who attempted this a marvellous feat of Spectrum sort of. It's almost insane that they should actually attempt this. To actually use it as like a home PC for things like their cash flow and things like that. So we might, unfortunately, this person's records of sort of bits and pieces may be on there, but we'll see what's there. I'm quite excited about it, if I'm honest. So we've got that now. Where have I just put? I had the magnifying glass. It's on my lap. Can't believe it was on my lap. I actually picked it up, put it on my lap, and it's still there. Okay, it's going now. It's running. Let's hope it works. Fingers crossed. Mega Beta. This is part. They get the loading screen for this, so we'll get ready to save this in a minute. So we get the loading screen. It's the side B of it. They didn't write it on the other side, but the first game on here anyway. Citron is solely in charge. So Citron's a thing. Is solely in charge of the Beta ULA 5 installation. Beta ULA 5. ULA 5 installation. Defense circuits are on alert for intruders. Pursue down droids, track down saboteurs which are trying to infiltrate the base. Assess personnel's oxygen needs. Allocate food and work duties on the installation. This is very interesting. I don't remember anything. The object of the game is your Citron, less than human, far more mere computer. Your mission is to survive the attack. Gradually abilities will build. Stop the tape. Make sure I stop the tape. It's a good job it wasn't anything else. Let's press the key. And then we have to choose the game we want to load. So we're obviously going to load one for Citron. So press the play. It's good to see that again on the screen. Right. Okay. Gradually, your abilities will build up level by level until you can. You're ready for the final conflict. It's an arcade-style coordination and quick knittedness. I almost said there. It's actually wittedness, combined with strategic understanding and tactical cunning of Cytron. Each level has its own objectives. The pass mark for your ultimate aim is to process information and the Cytron process information as Cytron would. Right. Okay. This is going to be interesting. We have buttons to press. A is gun sights, which is marked by this sort of minus up line, left line, so it's left and right. Alien bomb with C. C to drop a bomb earthwards. This is weird. This is going to be one of these ones. Do you know, I had this. I remember whizzing around the base, but not actually knowing what the blooming hell to do. So it's going to be interesting, this one. In fact, the instructions for it go on for ages. So this is going to be interesting. We got D for ship, E for aftermath of dropping bomb, outer buildings, B to airlocks, robot pursuit. This is not going to go well for this thing, and I knew it was Beyond. By the way, that's who I was meaning at the beginning of the video. The thing about Beyond though is they did these really big when they got later on. They got these really big cardboard boxes, and I have Cytron twice. I'm looking upwards, by the way. That's the reason why I'm doing it. Enigma Force and something else, and I can't see it particularly well on here. So, and I got a few of those big boxes, and I really like them. I do like them. Oh wow, yeah. There's like a diagram of the base and everything with like A, B, C, D. First, droid controls, Skywatch controls. You've got to whiz around it. A and Q. Forward, turn around, M to fire. Well, this is Q, A, O, P, and M for the thing. No idea, realistically. This is going to be a tough one, I think, for us to kind of enjoy. It's still going. We're onto the page. We're like halfway through the manual. There's still bits there. There's things for the medical unit. I mean, wow. I mean, what a comprehensive game it is. There's lots. That whole base there in front of you is just gigantic. I mean, it's really comprehensive. There's disruptors, there's defense circuits, there's repair circuits, there's recycling units. Wow. Bring on Fall Guy with this. 1,000 tons maximum capacity for transportation, teleportation. Supply beam ships, final conflict. Wow. Okay, yeah, there's a lot to go through there. No break. Yeah, right. Okay. Final conflict. To survive an hour on the final conflict. This is going to be interesting. We'll see how we do. I have no idea really what we're doing. I think we're protecting the base against aliens. So I'm going to hope that it doesn't take that much effort to do that. So we'll see as we play. So how has everybody's week been? Have you had a good week? I have coffee. Got Colombian today. I think I had Colombian last week actually. I think I ran out of coffee and we had to get something else, Colombian coffee. It's quite nice actually though. It's fruity and delicate. Let's just do this. Oh god, I love coffee so much. I really do. It's not alcohol that's my big sort of failing. It's definitely coffee that is my sort of big. If it's a vice, I guess it's a vice because it does increase your heart rate, doesn't it? It does keep you awake, in theory. I think I'm actually quite immune to coffee now. I reckon I could have a cup of coffee before I go to bed and just fall straight asleep. But that's probably because I stay up far too late most of the time. I'm really bad. I don't know what anybody else sleeps, but I'm pretty poor for sleep. I'm kind of a between 7 and 7.5 hours, and I actually need between 8 and 8.5 hours sleep on an average night. And then of course there is the point that you wake up in the middle of the night because you know you're getting a bit old, so you need to go wee in the middle of the night. I know I do. It's so old. I was about to stop the game there. I remember the tunnel here, by the way, down the bottom corner there, in the bottom right-hand corner. Is like that's actually the tunnel you run along which, as you go as the robot. So yeah. Let's stop this. Stop this. Let's press K for keyboard. Sound on, yes, definitely. Right, okay. So you can sort of see there is like a tunnel there. Yes, level 1. Right, okay, so you can do various things. So that, do you see me running along the corridor at the bottom there? And you can see me on the top screen, it's a little sort of black blob that's running along. That's me there. So I can run along these tunnels. This is where I never knew what I was doing, actually, to be honest with you. The Pleasure Dome. Right, okay. Let's run along this one. Where are we? Crew quarters. I was going to try and go into the crew quarters. Do you know why? M. I pressed M there. I think I'm firing along the corridor, to be honest with you. Right, here's a targeting section. It's fuel dump. There's a target on the screen there, look. I'm firing. I'm not sure what I'm firing at. So we're whizzing along. Did anybody else play this game? Because I always never really knew what I was doing, but it really looked cool because you got this sort of like three-dimensional running at the bottom, which is really cleverly done for the Spectrum and for a 48K game. And then a food store. I don't know how you get to the shooting bit. No, nothing there. Here we go. Can we get in here? I don't seem to be able to. Oh, look, there's an alien. It's like a dog alien coming at me. Shoot it in the shoot Bambi in the bum. There we go. It's like Bambi. Look, see it in the bottom. I think I killed it. Whatever it was, it's dead now. So there's definitely an alien invasion going up there, but I don't know how to get to it. Oxygen. It's such a clever looking base. I feel like I'm seriously lacking. It's one of these things that I think I need to look up and watch because somebody will have played this to a high level. There was such the thing about these Beyond games is they did take an awful lot of effort. I mean, a lot of people highly rate Lords of Midnight, and I haven't got it. I've got it on the PC, and it's a game that I'd love to play. And people say this about that, that I think I played it. It appeared on one of the What's on the Tape, and there's lots and lots of buttons for it. And you really need I think there's an overlay that comes with it, but I didn't have the overlay, so it was kind of hard to play. But it's a really cool looking game. I'm not sure what I'm meant to be doing though, because I'm very much stuck in whatever it is. The thing is that there's an aim for the first level. Let's go back to the first screen. There. Recycling unit. No, there's nothing there. You'd think, though, when I came to this edge of here, I would have... Come on, robot. Let me get into the shooting bit. Do I have to press any other buttons? It's telling me lots of things. Look, it tells me what screens are being attacked, by the way. Look, if I watch. See, it says I'm on screen 9 now. If I move or keep going, there. There's one there, but if I look at the next screen, we should be in big trouble. Or maybe not. Oh, I lie. Screen 6, sorry, screen 6 there. Alien. Got one. Ah, right, so maybe I'm going to get these alien dogs. Shoot him and bum. Kill Bambi. I think got him there. Yeah, I'm kind of shooting alien dogs down here. It's a bit weird, but I'm doing it. There's a timer that's counting down, so maybe I get to the next level once I've shot all the alien dogs in the bum. Oh, got killed. So, need to go back this way. Screen report there, droid screen. So, should be... There's one. Yep, killed the dog thing. We haven't got any damage to the base yet, which is probably a good thing. Screen report. I'm catching up with one now. There should be a dog creature coming into view very shortly. Alien dog creature. Exterminate. killed. Oh, it's gone into there. It went to that bit there. Escaped. Look, there's more dog creatures coming. I'm guessing these are the aliens things. I say dog creatures. I was calling Bambi earlier, wasn't I? So it's like we're murdering innocent creatures. Okay. So we're chasing these things down that are there. Alright, we made it. Average, same level, exit level. E to exit level. Can I do... Oh, no, I can only do level 1. Can I do level 2? No, I can only do level 1 because they did a rubbish job of it, basically. Oh, well, that... Cytron. The thing about Cytron is I can't... You know, it's... I don't think I can justify just not reading the manual. This is one of these things... one of the things about the games of the 80s and the 8-bit generation is you really needed to read the manuals. On occasions, because otherwise you were absolutely stuffed. And on special tape, not that this is a special tape this week, but on a special tape, it was probably even more so. It's probably even bigger requirement on a special tape to try and find something to read on it or look up about it, because it made it really hard to play those games. Some games like that, if you had Cytron, or when we had that one that was Lords of Midnight. No chance. Absolutely no chance. With no experience of the game, there was no way on the face of the earth that I was ever going to be able to play that fairly. I'm really looking forward to this one. Really, by the way, this is kind of one of them games that's so weird, and I said that in the intro about it. It's so weird, but so brilliant at the same time. I mean, I think the first level's called Hedgehogs or something similar, Bouncing Hedgehogs, and it's all about riding motorcycles, and it's about racing a Ghost Rider. Let's read what it says in the actual manual, to be honest with you. Let's have a little look. It's a privilege to be able to read this. I've got my magnifying glass and everything, so, right, wheelie. You've taken delivery of the ultimate two-wheeled machine, the 4-cylinder, fuel-injected, turbocharged Zedaki 500. Cramming your head into a crash helmet, you clamber on and set up for a trial run. Your ride is fast, exhilarating and effortless. You lose track of time. Soon your home is left far behind. Behind, you find yourself in a quiet, tree-lined country lane. Up ahead is noticed that's pointing off to the left. Private road. No speed limit to brave riders. At last, your chance to see how fast the bike will really go. To turn in you turn in through the old iron gates and open up the throttle. The bike surges forward. The engine roars, drowning out the sound of the gates slamming shut behind. The race into the strange world, full of danger. A world where giant hedgehogs lie in wait to pounce on a harmless motorcyclist. A world where you will need all your skill and courage to survive. The world of the Ghost Rider. You in the mood for it now? I hope you are. Yeah, I remember this. It's just a weird game. I mean, giant hedgehogs, it's even in the actual the terminology that the giant hedgehogs are just they're the business, aren't they? You can't really beat a giant hedgehog. I mean, there they are on the screen. We've got giant hedgehogs, wallabies, and huge bugs, and little circles that you have to collect up for points. So, while jumping buses. It's a game and a half. It's a real good game. The idea of the game, though, is basically to get one side to the other and challenge your mettle against the Ghost Rider himself. And the Ghost Rider is at the other end of the level. So once you get to the other side, it kind of triggers the Ghost Rider to chase you back to the beginning of the level and you've got to make it without dying, basically. So it's kind of a race game, platform game, all one. It's a really bizarre idea, but I like it. It's just so... As I say, it's so very 80s. I wish I actually had the original version. I think I've got the remake from... Was it re-release from Alternative Software? That's what I've got, so... Sorry, I had to have another cup of coffee because I love coffee. Oh, God, coffee's good. I'm looking mournfully into the cup. Yeah. Oh. Only mournfully because it's getting empty as we go. So maybe I was maybe looking lustfully at it earlier, but anyway, so mournfully when we go. I'm looking forward to this one. What else can I say? It's motorcycles things. As I say, it's been an odd week. It's been a long week. I did a lot more hours than I thought I was going to do this week. I was trying to get away early on Friday and had this conversation which went along the lines of I think I'm going to try and have an early Friday and pop through to say bye to everybody at sort of 5:05 and they said, I thought you were having an early Friday. I said, yeah, this is early. Which is pretty common actually, to be honest with her. We've done that. My wife says I work more now during the pandemic than I've ever worked, when we weren't in the pandemic, if that makes sense. So it's just a busy time. It's a growth time for the industry I'm in. I think that's the main thing. Right. Okay. Stop. Right. Okay. Here's the keys. 0 to whatever is for demonstration. Q and P for playing instructions. We don't need playing instructions. Third row to set joystick. Playing instructions. You're trapped in a strange world. Yeah, we've read that earlier. I've just done that through that. If you somehow win, you'll be given the code to the next level. Oh, that's kind of cool. I didn't realise that. Alright, okay. So, up and down is the first two. It's the second, second row and the third row, and left and right is on the row below. Okay. We'll stop the wildlife moving for a few seconds. I never knew about freeze. Touching wildlife. I never knew about freeze. Do you know all this time? I've never known about freeze. I don't know the character level, so here we go. That's me braking. Up, down. Let's go up. And we'll go down here. We'll get some gas. Stay down. See, it's a very odd game. You know, you're like on a motorcycle doing all these sort of, I don't know, crazy stunts or whatever else is, but you kind of move along the level. It's just weird. It's weird, but it's fun. Don't get me wrong. Got to jump this. Too little power. Too little power. Should have hit the gas, as they say. No, not enough power. I'm gonna have to go down that a bit and then come back again. So it's really hard about this game. Is that part? Too hard. There is such a level to jumping over these things. Okay, and you knew I was going to go too hard. There we go. There's a crazy bouncing hedgehog. No! That was a bit unfair, that, actually. I'm kind of stuck with where I am for sort of going up. Game over. I knew that was going to happen. Let's have another go. Let's push the button. Let's go for it. Are the levels all the same, or are they randomised? I'm not sure that the levels are the same. I think this is one of these rare procedural games, if that's the right word. I don't think it is. Yeah, it is procedural, isn't it? Because that level's changed. That's a bonus points, by the way. That was points there, so I've got that. Okay, so I've got to go up the top there. How do I get up the top there? I'll slow down. This is such a weird game. And I think that I got unlucky with that first level there. I think that was my big problem there. Was I got quite unlucky with that level. Got to drive through the ice slowly, otherwise I'll slide. That's another death. I'm running short of fuel, actually. There's a fuel thing there. I don't think I've... Do you know something? I don't remember ever seeing the Ghost Rider at the end. I don't think I've ever made it to that far to see him. Oh, I'm glad I missed that. I'm hoping this isn't a dead end, though. No, we're okay. We're out of fuel. Oh no! Oh, got to jump this now. This is going to be tough. No, too much power. There's there's a real fine line between what's correct for doing that. Out fuel, lost a life. Is that the game over as well? I hope it's not the game over. No, it's not. There we go. It's not as bad as I thought it was. Actually, I thought there was a finer line than that. Okay, let's get to this. Let's really get to this Ghost Rider. I've never done it, to be honest. There we go. We've got gas here. We'll take that. We'll go up onto the top level, I think. There we go. We're up on the top level. I'm concentrating heavily on the game here. You're not going to get much sense out of me now. Oh no! Got to do the jump that's below. Naff. I think I've got that though. I think I've got the levels for this. No! Do. Have I got another life left? No, I'm all over! Oh, we've got to have another go. We're definitely having another go. This is quite good fun, actually. I like this one. Right. I've always liked wheelie, but I've been always rubbish at it. I don't think I've ever seen... I think there's 20th Century Gaming. He can do this. He's very good at this. He's like... But to be fair, he's kind of my hero when it comes to retro gaming because he can finish almost anything if you give him a chance, you know. So he's got the patience for it. I think is the other thing. I don't think I had the patience as a kid for this kind of thing. I don't know how I'm going to pull a wheelie here. There, like that. That's it. Pulled a wheelie. Hopefully, I don't have to go up the top now. No, we're okay. Okay, we're going for it. Doing alright so far. I'm going to go up. Maybe a mistake. No, we're okay. It's interesting the procedural though. There we go. The freeze was a bit... there we go. Oh, look at this! I'm cruising through it now. Out of fuel. Okay. Let's just see if I can do it. That's a huge warning for being out of fuel. Right, okay. Oh, come on, let's make it to the big guy himself. I'd love to make it to the big guy. I've never seen him, I don't think. Or if I have, it was a very long time ago. There's gas there. Let's get the gas. Yay, refueled. Sounds a bit like a bit diesel-y, this motorcycle. The Zadaki or whatever it was called, 500. Too fast. Oh my goodness! And then I've got 2 jumps in a row. This is not going to be fun. There's 1. 2. On my 2. Come on, where's the big man? Where is he? Oh my goodness, it's not happening. I forgot how long the blooming levels are. Stay there, you hedgehogs. We can maybe make this level. I'm sure everybody who's got a Spectrum loved Wheelie, and you all played Wheelie. Without a doubt, Wheelie's one of those games that you all played. There's no way you didn't play Wheelie. If you didn't play Wheelie, I'm utterly amazed. Did it appear on anything else, though? I think it appeared on the Commodore 64, actually. I have a feeling it did. I think it was one of those games that kind of made it to there as well. Right, okay, on we go. So we are on to next. I think this is Fall Guy. Now, we played this a couple of weeks ago. It's pretty poor, realistically. It's not exactly. It's hardly Colt Seavers at his best, if that makes sense. Oh, let's press the delete key because there we go. Let's press that. Start there again. Yeah, it's hardly Colt Seavers at his best. It's kind of. It's kind of, yeah. It basically the TV show was about a man, and did he drive around a big Ford truck, wasn't it? I think it appears in the loading screen, if I remember rightly, as well. So he just drives around this truck. He was a stuntman when stuntman were a big thing, and I think they still are, aren't they? To be honest with you, they still have stunt people. Apart from Jackie Chan, of course, because he's his own stuntman, isn't he? But they used to go around doing. Well, he was kind of a bounty hunter as well, wasn't he? That was his kind of thing. So when he wasn't a stuntman, because money wasn't very good in the movies as a stuntman, and obviously, that was kind of the thing. He used to go around being a bounty hunter, so he was like. I don't think he was quite the same as the only one bounty hunter I can think of is that silly real TV reality show type thing with the what's it called, Dog the Bounty Hunter, isn't it? I don't know anything other than it looks like he's got a mullet, and that's about all I know. But I don't think Colt Seavers ever had a mullet. He definitely had a hat, but it's not there on that picture. But there's his truck. Because it'll be a Ford something or other. It was a big truck back in the day. I always quite liked the truck, actually. I thought I quite liked it. That was the thing, wasn't it? You know, you had the A-Team and they had that van, and we always wanted the van, didn't we? We always wanted the van. We always wanted our own version of Knight Rider's kit. I never got into the motorcycles, though. Did anybody get in the motorcycles? Anybody wanted the watch Street Hawk and went, oh, I want Street Hawk? And, of course, we all know about the devastating news about Airwolf the other day. His name was Edward Smith, by the way, the gentleman who... inappropriately touched Airwolf. If you want to Google the two, if you stick Airwolf and thinks Edward Smith into it, you'll find things that'll damage you for life. Now, whatever he was doing with his Airwolf. What helicopter was that? Because we got last week, we had the Blue Thunder one, didn't we? And somebody put in the comments what that was, and I can't remember what it was now. Okay, it's totally useless. It was literally last week, and I was reading the comments just earlier as well. I can't even believe that. Brain doesn't work very well, sometimes. But so that was they had a I don't know where to go from Airwolf being touched inappropriate, really. But we all wanted the vehicles. That was the thing. We all wanted the vehicles. Did they ever churn them out? I bet they churned out Knight Rider's sort of the kit. Was kit 9,000, 2,000, Knight 2000, wasn't it? I'm thinking of HAL because he was HAL 9000. If you go to 2001 Space Odyssey. That's such a weird movie. I remember seeing that as a kid, and I forgot what the movie was I'd watched, and it wasn't until I was a little bit older in life and I'd watched it again, and there's that part at the end of it, and not to spoil anything, because to be fair, if you haven't watched it, it's one of those movies you ought to watch. It's kind of weird. Arthur C. Clarke, isn't it? Is that right? Arthur C. Clarke. He used to be the master of sort of sci-fi back in the day. It was kind of a weird one, but obviously certain parts of it melted into my brain, and one of those parts that melted into my brain was the end sequence where he's kind of sleeping in his own bed in a white room, and the monolith's there, and he's kind of flying through time with the sort of things, and it's just a weird sort of sequence. It's very 60s, I think, is the word that I would use to define it. It was a very 60s end sort of part. Yeah. It was odd. I wonder what this has actually got to say about the Fall Guy, 20th Century Fox, now of course owned by Disney. So this is now. Does that? No, he's not Disney Princess, because of course he's not in there. But anyway, when you're ready, Mr. Seavers, an exclusive location report from the set of a new computer production of 20th Century Television's Fall Guy. So you've got a train stunt. And you get your briefing from it. Oh, you can tell it's very 80s. It says, okay, Colt, you're moving well this time. Jump from carriage, leaping the gaps, don't fall between them. Oops, Colt, baby, you know I love you, but you must know that only 5 takes on each scene to get it right. So, Colt Seavers, baby, yeah. It actually starts the line with, okay, sweeties, now it's absolute quiet on set. This is where's that Seavers stunt guy? And then Colt baby is what he says. Colt baby. Lovely. Right, okay, we've played this one before. I can't remember the keys, though, so we can save ourselves some time by looking at it, to be honest with you. At least it has the tune. Sort of. ZX and 0. I'm the unknown stunt man who made the Eastwood look so fine. Yeah, at least add that. Right, okay, so the aim of the game is to jump on here, jump that gap when you're not being an idiot like I was there. Wait for the bird to go once, then run. That's it. We're fit to go now. So we have to basically do 15, well, is it 15 or 20 jumps? It's at the bottom of the footage thing is counting as we do it. You basically wait for the bird to go once round in a circle, then you jump, run like crazy till you get to the point where you can't run anymore, where you're kind of running on the spot, like where I am, because there's a little tree in front of me. And then you do the jumping. It's actually harder on the next level, where we have the most gigantic minecarts. A man being battered in the head by an elbow sticking out with a hand, and a guy who shoots wherever it is. So this is actually much more difficult, because you have to kind of jump the gaps and back, forward, and so I've jumped too far. Oh dear, only get 5 takes and we can do it. We go on. I have to admit, I probably liked this back in the day because it was so silly, if that makes sense. And it's pretty pointless and mindless in the sense of the movement of it. There's nothing horrendously difficult about, except for the fact that I'm really struggling with it. There's not anything really horrendously difficult about it. 10 takes, last take. Let's see if we can clear this level. Oh, damn. 7 footage left. Doodle-doo-doodle-doo-doodle-doo-doo. Boom. Should we have one more? Let's have one more. We might as well. We're here. Nope. Wait for the bird to go around once, then drop off. Now. And we're good to go. This is the simplest level of the lot because of the fact that that bush stops you moving forward, so you just keep running against it. And we're going for it. It's not really a very good license, if that makes sense. It was just, it was very, you know, this is where some of the games get those movie games get the worst name for themselves. This is one of those kind of games. It's just, there's nothing wrong with it particularly. It's just not very good. That's kind of a statement and a half, isn't it? It's just not very good. There's a timing there, isn't there? There's definitely a timing there. They don't really want you to know it was made by Elite, because it's just down there, Elite at the bottom corner. Elite, that's us. We made it. Oh goodness. And do you know when you get yourself in a sort of movement for it, and then all of a sudden you just lost it completely? And I don't even know why I ran off the edge there. I can't even believe I just ran off the edge for no reason whatsoever. There we go. We're on, Colt. Oh no! I was just getting in a rhythm there, and I just sort of lost it for a second. I should have just ran a little bit further forward and done it. Do. No, I'm not going to play again. We're going to carry on. We're going to move on. We're going to move on to the next game on the list, which is Blade Alley. I can't remember Blade Alley. Oh, I know it's a shoot 'em up, but I can't remember it. I'm sure it's featured before. I think I have it. I would definitely feel like I have it. I know it's one of those games that's probably in my collection. That's for damn sure. Let's see if we can see what it says about this one. Let's have a little look. So, as I said, next season we're going to be into a bunch of tapes sent to me by Dennis. A cracking set by the looks of things as well. Interesting ones. As I say, somebody who decided to use the computer for a computer's sake, if that makes sense. So there looks like there's some accounts and other things. So it looks like some interesting stuff to come from that one. This tape's not so good now. This particular one's not as good as the other ones. Let's carry on. Let's have a little look. Blade Alley. Oh. Not happy, that one. Definitely not happy. Right, let's see if we can find it on PlayZX and we'll give that a try. Hang on a second. I'll just get the... Hang on. Grabbing my mobile. I left it over on the other side of the room because that would be so silly to actually have the mobile handy for one of these things. So, Blade Alley. I think I've played this one before. We've got Blade Alley and Penetrator, which will be by Melbourne House, I would think. Which tends to be... Which is, I think, from memory, is a Scramble clone. So we'll do that one. Let's find Blade Alley. Let's get the old PlayZX going. PlayZX, where are you? PlayZX. There we are. Got ya. Right, it's got to be in here, because it's got to be one of them games that's there. Has to be. Let's have a little look. Blade Alley. Shame to see the tape a bit funny there. Blade Alley. By PSS. Yes, 1983. Done. Play. There we go. Blade Alley. So what's it say? Let's read the instructions on Blade Alley. Blade Alley. Climb into the ion-driven interceptor and steel your nerves for the confrontation to come. Swoop low into the defensive trench. You nudge your gun sights onto the alien craft hurtling towards you. Triggered by the alien craft hurtling towards you. Oh no, I just read the same thing. It's because I've got a bloody magnifying glass with me. Triggered the photon disruptors and let out a sigh of relief as the saucer vanishes in a cloud of vapour. But don't relax, there's many more to come. 6 different incredible screens of action, 3D action. The controls are any key on the top row, third row, and left and right is Q and T? Oh, Q and... Y and P. Alright, okay, so left and right is basically... T and Y, basically, is left and right, and then the keys around that, and any key on the bottom row is to fire, so that's fair enough. I can handle that, it's not too bad at all. Not a bad selection of controls, I think. I'll be alright with that. Yeah, that'll be alright. Got my fingers sort of on the keyboard there to have a little look. Blade Alley. Was PSS a French company? I can never remember. Did they do Covenant as well? That's another game, by the way. I've got my eyes open for at some point for the Spectrum. I've got it on the cover tape version that turned up, and the first time I played it was on the Amstrad CPC, and I always thought it looked really good, even in a green screen, which my friend had. I have played it since, and I don't think it's come out quite as well as it could have done, if that makes sense. Okay. Need a bit of shoot-em-up action on a... Shoot-em-up action is good fun. I'm enjoying shoot-em-ups at the moment. I'm on a kind of a little bit of a mission to do something with that. I got my Astro City Mini, if I didn't tell you a couple of weeks ago, and it's a fantastic mini. It's a really good sort of Astro City, of course, is an arcade machine in Japan, which allowed you to plug in different PCB boards from. I think it was like lots of different things. It allowed to be plugged into this thing, and then you could play. Well, any kind of Sega game that was around, just plug it in, away you went. And it's a mini version of that arcade machine. It's quite nice, and it includes the game that had to be included on the PCB. So the board that came in these things, due to some kind of Japanese ruling on arcade machines and the selling of, they had to include a game as well. So they have this like really simple arcade game, sort of similar to Solar Fox stroke Pac-Man stroke a couple other things, but basically you play a little greater than sign that flies around the level eating little dots while avoiding an X, and that's it. I actually think they missed a trick though. If I was Sega, I would have turned the game into it into a diagnostic, so it could check all the joystick buttons, if that makes sense, and run through the color palette. I think that's what I would have done with it if I'd been Sega. I think they missed a trick there. I think I would have done that. I think I would have made the game that was built into it effectively a diagnostics test as well. So you had to play the diagnostics test to confirm that the thing was working. So the fire button maybe changed every level or something like that, and it cycled the color palette amongst the whole thing against it, just to confirm everything was working. So yeah, I think that would have been interesting, that one. Right, okay, let's just unplug that. Let's unplug that. Let's stop that. We have our keys and we are ready to go. I have my keys to do that. Bank left, right, climb up, down. Yeah, I think I've got dive, AS. Top key, yeah, okay, I'm pushing a button. Alright, yeah, I have definitely played this. Okay, how do I start it though? Start, S, enter. How do I go back to the menu? Go back to the menu, please. Don't stop doing a demo. Oh, let's go back to the menu. Fire to play. Stand by, here we go. Yeah, I've played this one before. TIE fighters there. Because you need TIE fighters. Oh, he's got me. It's just to shoot him up. It's just to shoot him up. It would have kept me busy. I would have got my money's worth out of this one. I like to shoot him up. Don't remember a lot of these though. The ones that are burned into my memory are things like Wheelie and bizarrely Fall Guy. Oh, and Cytron. But no idea how to play it, because I still know how to play it when I was a kid, let alone playing it nowadays. So yeah, there's a few things burned into my memory. That being one of them. I like the way that they cycle the colours to give you the illusion of movement on the edge of the screen, so that the blues and the pinks are moving. So the cycling. We're cycling through. Yeah. It's alright. I think I would have given it 5 or 10 minutes with the friends. You know, my mates and I would have played it. It's a pretty simplistic looking game, realistically. I've got it somewhere. It's got a lovely cover, but that was pretty standard for the 80s, wasn't it? They always had lovely, amazing looking covers, but the games themselves were a little bit, were a little bit sort of unexciting. I'm a space cadet. That's what I am. Yeah, space cadet. Right, okay, let's see now. Let's see what else we've got on here. So we've got the final bit of this tape. We're going to have to fast forward a little bit now, actually, to be honest, with this final bit of the tape. I'm just going to swap them back around to see if we can get to load off the tape from the tape deck for a change. Let's go for it. Oh, the tape looks a little chewed around the edges there. That's the reason why that one didn't load. So let me just fast forward this. A little bit of grumbling going on the screen there. A bit weird. Sort of like groaning in the background, unless it's. Do you remember when the taxi cabs used to go past and they used to use just analog systems, and now they use digital systems, and it used to interrupt your sort of tellies and things like that, and you used to hear like number two, come on in, I've got a pickup for you. You remember that? No, I remember that. That was a big thing once upon a time. There we go. Let's see if this works. So this should be the Melbourne House thing, hopefully. That's Blade. That's fine. A little bit more Blade Alley. And probably the end of it there. Maybe. He lies. There we go, Penetrator. Excellent. This, I'm sure, is Melbourne House. So let's have a little look at this. And this is a Scramble-style clone, I think, from memory. Let's have a little look. There was a lot of clones back then, wasn't there? Ground missiles are 10 points, flying missiles are 50 points. This is literally the instructions. Yeah, it's Melbourne House. 1982, so this is a very early game. This is when the Spectrum was just released. Do you know something? For all these years, this is a bizarre thing, you probably don't realise this. I hadn't actually realised that a Melbourne House were actually Australian. I thought it was the name of the house that they worked from. You know, the offices they worked from. I hadn't realised that it was actually a reference to the fact that they were actually Australian. I mean, were they based in Australia as well? I think they were, weren't they? They got bought up by somebody, though. Beam Software got bought as well, because they're part of the same thing. And I did do some reading on this, and I've promptly forgotten every blooming thing about it. But basically, they technically they still exist, but they're now something else, and I can't remember what they are. If you want to search for it, you go right ahead and let me know in the comments below if you remember or find anything. But yeah, most definitely they got bought by somebody, but they still exist as such as who they were. I think they're a publisher now rather than necessarily a creator of games, which is I think a lot of people went that route, didn't they? A lot of companies disappeared. Wouldn't it be lovely though to think? Did you see the? Thinking about this, age-old companies that are still there. Codemasters effectively isn't the same people, because was that the Darlings, wasn't it? Was that right? The Darling brothers that were originally ran that. Obviously they sold it. Well, not sold it, but they stopped working for that a long time ago. I don't think they even owned shares in it anymore. I might be wrong, but I thought that was the case. And I was interested to see that they've sold out now to I've just been handed another coffee. How marvellous is that? I was sorrowful about the fact that I hadn't got any, and now I've got another one. Oh, nice coffee. But they've sold now to EA, and they put a post on Facebook, and I couldn't help laughing. And I was saying, they're so pleased to become part of the EA family, and EA's already said that they're going to basically have a dirt rally every single year now, so it's not going to be like dirt whatever version of it is, or dirt 2, 3 or 4, whatever else. Literally dirt rally is going to be every year, the same as they do for FIFA, same as they do for whatever else is. I don't know how anybody really justifies buying those yearly basis. All you're talking about is it's effectively downloadable content full of microtransactions and loot boxes. But anyway, modern day gamer issues. But they're going to do everything, and they put this post up, and the post is absolutely hilarious. It's well worth going and having a look at. It's literally everybody's in our condolences, sad day, and all this kind of thing, and things that appear in the actual post itself. It's just hilarious. These poor codemasters, try to say it's a positive thing, and absolutely every single comment says they're not. But RIP Codemasters, the end of this, welcome to microtransactions DLC, welcome to hell. And do you know what? Considering EA's track record, do you remember when EA were good? At one point, EA were the company that brought out things like Desert Strike and other things, and I think in the 90s they weren't so bad, and now you're into the. Oh yeah, we're loaded. It's got a lovely bit there. I love this explosion on the screen. But in the 90s and 80s and 90s and wherever else, they just weren't I don't think they were the big bad they are nowadays. Nowadays, we're just a wallet, and they don't even give us stuff about us anymore. So I haven't bought an EA game forever, if that makes sense. It's hilarious. So one of my colleagues, one of my friends said to me, he said, you want to get. The Epic Store on your computer, and I'm like, I don't want Epic Store. And he said, no. He says, you just get it and collect all the games to give away for free. And he says it's brilliant. He says because I hate EA, like I hate EA for what they've done to the industry and turned it into. And he said, I'm basically, he said, I got Battlefront 2 the other day, and I said, well, I'd never buy it for that. He said, no, I didn't, I got it free. He said, it's great, because basically they're giving you a game free. I'm never going to buy any of the DLC, I'm never going to buy any of the add-ons, but I'm just going to have their, basically money for nothing or for free. And that, that I can kind of, ethically, in my head, that makes sense, just take it off them. If they're going to give it for you free, have it. Yeah, but never buy it. Never vote with your wallet. Show EA who's boss. Tell them you want good games, not bad games, or games full of microtransactions. I have no problem with DLC as long as it's comprehensive, full, and adds something to the game. I do have a problem with microtransactions and cosmetics and everything like that because they were all there originally. Anyway, sorry, let's just go back to this. That was me having a moan about the thing. Let's go back to let's see if I can find the controls for this. Let's see what we've got. It's actually quite a large, comprehensive guide, this one. Control it with Q and A. O and P. Drop bombs with anything on the bottom row. Activate by pressing the P button. Right, okay, we'll give it a go. This is quite an interesting one because you can edit the levels yourself. It's not too bad for that, if that makes sense. It's quite nice that they kind of went with the whole idea of, you can actually edit the whole thing. It's kind of nice to get that from this one. That's all there is to say, really. It is Scramble. It's a clone of Scramble. It's amazing, though. I have to admit, I have played a lot of these games, and I just don't recognise what they are. So, number 1. Do-do-do-do. I've got the bomb, but I don't know what the forward fire is. I've got the bomb. Forward fire. Yeah. I don't know what the forward fire is. There's a forward fire button somewhere, but I don't know what it is. Reminds me of going to the races, that sound. A lot of things were like that, though, weren't they? There was like the funeral march was always in games as well. Everybody put the do sort of funeral march in, didn't they? And that one there, that whatever it is, and a few other things. There was all kind of always the sort of same sort of tunes that went to games. And this went along. I can't work out a fire, so I have a problem here. What's the fire forward? I think every time I've played this blooming game, it's been the same thing. I've not known how to fire forward. I'm getting the instructions here. LP. Press forward fire, right? To activate this, use the P button. Firing involves repeatedly pressing the P button. I've got to repeatedly tap the P button to fire. Okay, forward this is. Yeah. Alright. That is really rubbish because it means you move your ship forward. See what I mean? Well, at least it means I can shoot through that bit when I'm there. So you've got to tap the P button to fire. Really, really hard. At least I've not found anything that's got me yet. But, yeah. So, P is fire. Like that. I can't believe I've just done that. Game over. We're going to have another go, though. We're definitely going to have another go at that one. Because it's the last one on the tape. It's the last one. It's the last one of the series. So we're definitely gonna have another go. As a one last thing. One last go at the series. High score there. Demon is number 1. Demon. Okay. I kind of like it spelling across the screen. It's kind of cool. And there's that do because you hear it in Horace Goes Skiing and Hungry Horace and things like that. That loud shoutiness of the screen. If there's a compilation you'd like me to try and play, if I've got it, I'll try and do it for next season. Or if there's one like a couple you'd like me to put in as a sort of for people to choose from, please do let me know in the comments below, and I will see if I've got it. I will try very hard to actually get it in as the last one, because I quite enjoyed doing a compilation at the end of it. I quite enjoyed and it's kind of started with the Software compilation, and I did the Soft Aid tape, and that took a bit of time, but that was quite a good one. I enjoyed doing that one because it was one of those games that I had quite a lot of nostalgia for. Games or compilations I had a lot of nostalgia for. I remembered it. I just can't believe I haven't got the same. I clearly didn't have the same nostalgia for this collection as I did that one. It's quite bizarre, realistically. There we go. Whoa. There we go. Bomb. Oh, I've got to the next level. I'm excited. Stage has got tougher. Oh, it's good, this, actually. I'd have been delighted with this back in the day. I think I probably said this before when I played it, but I think previously not knowing how to do the fire forward would have really hampered my enjoyment. I suspect that would have been a factor in it. I don't know if I ever guessed it when I was doing it previously. Only you guys can remember, because I can't. Unless you're watching this in a marathon, and if you are, good luck to you, because that must be over 90 hours of video by now. Must be, maybe more. In fact, it's probably over 100 hours of video. Oh, damn you! I nearly got through there to the next bit. That was cool. I could feel that next bit was through that little square block at the front there. Yeah, I felt like that wasn't through the gap there. Oh, no! I like there's a danger marker at the bottom of the screen, though. It seems to be getting more dangerous as I play. Danger. High voltage. Yeah. Okay. Powering through it. I'm actually concentrating here. Can you listen? Can you hear it? Oh dear. Amusing myself with that one. I can't believe I flew into that one. Got funny fingers in a funny place for this. I got plenty of lives though. I'm doing alright. Got another ship left. This must be the one ship I'm on now though. Don't go away, missiles. It's actually nice to see it at a reasonable speed as well. There's a good frame rate on this, which is, it's obviously a thing that you depending on the processor in your machine. I mean, the Spectrum itself is just so slow in comparison to modern day processors. I'm just going to push myself on a little bit because it seems to be more useful to be a little further on. I'm literally bombing everything though. Not even attempting to try and. Oh, sugar! Got to the next bit, though. A game over, just I got to the new level. I made it. I would have been on the next level if I'd done that. 9,630. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I really enjoyed that. That's really good. Anyway, so we'll end the season on that. Thank you very much for joining me for season 9. I will be back with season 10, most definitely. 2 weeks' time is the usual time to kind of let me break. What it does is it allows me time to catch up with some of the other videos that I need to record and do other things. I actually have started on my 5 hours, 5 episodes series. Just haven't been up. Just the thing about it is I'm kind of sitting on it to do something with it, and I might actually finally do that Astro City MIDI review that I've done. And I've done one. Basically, I've done every game on it, all 37 games. So that's yet to come. So you can look forward to that. There will still be Spectrum, Commodore, Electron games, just short little reviews for the next couple of weeks, just to keep you busy and keep you happy. And I'll be back soon. So thank you for joining me. Thank you for being there. Thank you for commenting, and thank you for liking, and thank you for sharing. Anyway, I've been your host, Real Generic Demon. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.